Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they need all of them to play better in this one, too.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On second and 9, Lock finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Chargers.
Shotgun snap to Lock. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from...
This is caught inside the 15.
Lock's pass.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
They're moving the ball through the air pretty well on this opening drive, and to me it was evident that they were set on doing exactly that here to get this game started. And their belief and determination is certainly paying off.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Lining up for
the losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And bottom line, when you're the starting QB, what is it?
Get the W.
Get the W.
They did that last week.
Right, you got that done. Wasn't always pretty. There were some great moments. He threw 4 touchdown passes.
But got to eliminate those mistakes.
Got to take care of that, because otherwise that could come back and bite him in another ball game.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The 29-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Cook, the ball carrier.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 9 carries, 76 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20 plus.
They'll look to throw here. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Here is Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Back at the 46-yard line.
Block working out of the gun. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Block now on first down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Austin Eckler. Brings up second and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On third and long, it's Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. Or a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Well, listen, now, no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. He'll get the first down and move inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
That is caught at the 7. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lock. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Lock will try again on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 6 yards.
And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones.
Complete.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we've be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll drop the throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Operating from the gun. Block. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
At the 47-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun. Block. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Locke.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Chargers first down.
Again, it's Locke. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Locke looks to throw it again. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
To number 81.
Mike Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Actually lining up for the
So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one?
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Take it in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll roll him out right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It's intercepted. Picked off here at the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
He's brought down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Lock over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Allen. Keenan Allen. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well. Morstead
out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Chargers to take over. It's no secret they have been struggling big time. They've gone 2 months without a win, 8 straight losses. But right now they do have the lead. They started on the ground with Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Back at the 21-yard line.
Block now to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
We always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now left side on the swing pass. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's Eckler again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Once more, here's Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke will find Williams on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are going to take the lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll buy some time right.
He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Finding Harris over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a second down.
At the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They hand off to their big tight end. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice, and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession, and they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Lock now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Locke working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Before taking it down near the 15. I hate that. Wipes out the big play.
I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's the option. They get this out quickly to the left side. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes, but receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Touchdown puts them up 7, but now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So the Chargers now down on the scoreboard. Exactly 1 minute remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Now Locke. It's caught on the right side. Williams.
Locke's pass.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This is where, of course, it's good. They can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Locke to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Jarvis Landry. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, a cruncher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Final score, Vikings.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Vikings,